This is San Felipe de Baraja Fort, a Moorish star fort built on a hexagonal pattern of matter to harness and create renewable energy.
Cartagena or Cartagena is actually Carthage. The name reflects its Carthage genesis. During the Viceroyalty of New Granada, this port connected what we know today as Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, and Panama.
Described in the Bible. The massive ancient walls are still visible here, sunken into the water. Brazil was situated where Canaan and Mesopotamia were originally located.
Here on Paradise Island, just off Nassau, a fantasy of lost civilization rises from the Caribbean. These coral-hued towers and bridges are inspired by the legend of Atlantis, but they're very much alive.
Why do you think they named this resort in Bahamas Atlantis?
They didn't choose that name by accident.
What makes Anguilla's history unique?
You can still see old Moorish influences across the Anguilla and the Caribbean if you really pay attention to the detail.
Standing in front of this glowing castle, it's easy to believe we're in a storybook. But look closer. Beneath the fantasy flourishes are shapes that have traveled centuries. The pointed arches, tiled domes, reflective pools.
This is Grutas Tolantongo in Mexico. These aquifers have flowed through the mountains for centuries. The earth here carried healing energy and still does.
This place, Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia, is part of ancient Mauritania, antennas of the Antilia.
This palace carries Moorish influence people rarely speak about.
And you connect that to ancient Paraguay?
Yes, much of South America still preserves pieces of forgotten history.
Peru is the location of the real Jerusalem in the Bible. Peru, Jeru, Eru of the West, the old Inca kingdom.
These mountains hold the memory of our ancestors. Look at the faces, the hands, carved from the living rock as if it were clay. They are not decoration, they are guardians, stories in stone.
And Jericho Acora relates to Jericho?
Jericho Acora, Brazil, is the Jericho described in the Bible. The massive walls are still here, sunken into the water. You can touch the stones.
Love the idea of bringing Moorish royalty, grace, and magic to the story in a new way.
You've spoken before about your indigenous roots in America?
Yes, the Houston nobility line still lives here in America. Many of us are still here, but that is hidden history.
Standing here beneath the castle spires, it's easy to think of pure fantasy. But look closer, and the lines begin to echo an older world. Domes, arches, balanced gardens, quiet pools, motifs once carried across Moorish palaces and fairground pavilions.
Why do you believe St. Lucia carries ancient significance?
Many stories speak of Lemuria civilizations and ancient ocean cultures tied to places like this across the Caribbean.
And like a storybook vision, Atlantis is a dream made solid. These pink towers, joined by a sky bridge, are surrounded by lagoons and gardens where the ocean drift seems to slow down.
They didn't choose that name Atlantis for this resort by accident.
So you believe the Bahamas connects to Atlantis stories?
Yes. Many Atlantean structures have been here a very long time.